us. Why is our audience men? Talks about masturbating, getting sucked and fucked.
By a doorknob.
Yeah. And they're like, I never knew she liked doorknobs like that.
I can be a doorknob. I am a doorknob because I'm stupid.
I'm just so fucking dumb. You know, my last girlfriend said I was a doorknob because everyone got a turn. I didn't know what that meant. But now I know. It's because it's your turn, baby.
You opened the door to my heart.
And
my pants.
Could you imagine if pants instead of zippers, it was doorknobs?
It's like a little door.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to go like this to like open it.
Knock, knock.
It's got, one of those, the like old.
The little knocker.
Yeah, the old Renaissanceian knocker.
It's got a Ring camera. They're like, just leave the package at the front door. We're not. Just leave it. Just leave it.
I don't really want to come out right now. I feel really threatened. Okay.
Why are you here? Story 3. Nightshifters. Ever witnessed a paranormal activity? If so, what was it? My contact went wonky. Okay, we'll start with
On the camera, your eye just goes like this.
Yeah, it's this one. I used to intern. That's not what it says. I used to intern in a recording studio in New York City years ago, where it was technically open 24/7, meaning there was always someone there, whether clients were in or not. Anyway, it was on an upper floor of a building, and due to the amount of expensive equipment inside, you could not access any floor by elevator without someone letting you up. The button for that floor was locked out, so you couldn't press it from inside the elevator. There was a camera at the front entrance downstairs, another elevator entrance, and one inside of the elevator, all of which could be viewed from the front desk of the studio, so that when people arrived, you buzz them in, wait until you saw them enter the elevator, and you would have to push the button for the studio floor to bring the elevator up. I don't know what I read.
You got it.
But it was words.
They are basically saying there's no button inside the elevator.
Yeah.
They have to like let them.
I feel like they could have just said that.
Yeah. that would have been an easier way to say that. But
I was like, are you trying to say?
They can't let themselves up.
Yeah. Well, anyway, one of the nights while I was working the overnight shift, it was just me and another dude doing some cleaning, maintenance, etc. When we hear the elevator starting to run, probably like 3:30 in the morning. The whole building is all offices, so there's really nobody in the building past 6 p.m. besides us. So we thought it was a bit strange. The other guy looks at the camera and there's nothing at all. No one in the elevator either. So although it's weird, we figure someone just must still be in the building and called it from a different floor. It made sense until all of a sudden, we see it stop at our floor and we hear the door ding. We're both in the lobby about 15 feet away from the elevator and we give each other the hardest what the fuck stare ever. I can't explain how much I didn't want those doors to open. We stare at it like a deer in the headlights, completely motionless as the doors open. Nobody is there, no one pushed the button, nothing. We both keep staring, completely still and silent, and it becomes really fucking creepy as the time goes on and the doors don't shut, as if something is standing in the doorway blocking the sensor. The doors usually close after 5 seconds or so, but we stared at it for a good 20-30 seconds before they closed and the elevator returned back to the lobby. We stared for a bit longer and simultaneously looked at each other, saying, "What the fuck, dude?" The next day, we asked a couple of other guys about it, and one of the guys said the same thing happened to him in the middle of the night when he was by himself, and he almost shit himself. Maybe there's a logical explanation for it, elevator malfunction, but it was really damn freaky, since the place is generally kind of creepy at night, and there have been some other weird things.
I imagine it's like the ghost of a dead studio recording artist, and they were like, all right, back to the grind. Yeah. They like let themselves up, and they open the elevator, and they're like, I'm back, baby! And all of the security guards are just like, and he's just standing in the elevator, he's like, what?
Wait, do I have something on my face?
Yeah, do you guys not want me here? Like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. What, can you guys not see me? you know what, fuck this place, I'm going somewhere else, and like gets back in the elevator.
I knew you weren't shit.
I have another artist recording studio down the line anyway, so
That's funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
That
was a pretty
That's
funny
pretty
joke.
good. That was pretty good joke. I like that. I'm gonna be thinking about that later, being like,
Yeah, that's what it was.
like
That's
that.
what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would do if I was a ghost recording artist.
just be like, what's up, rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen.
It's 3 a.m. It's where I get my most creative hour. You know, the juices are flowing. It's the witching hour, and I wouldn't know that because I'm a ghost. There was whenever I worked at theme parks, so I worked at the Six Flags. I guess I can say this because I don't work there anymore, but I worked at the Six Flags in New Jersey, which is like the largest Six Flags in the country.
Whoa.
Because of the square footage or whatever, because they have like a safari
Okay.
thing. But I was friends with a few of the security guards who worked night shifts, and one of them told me that they all like have the same experiences with this ghost, because there's a story of this girl who like walked into the pond and died. I was trying to think of the nicest way to say that. Anyway, she walked into the pond, she died.
Okay.
Oopsie. But there's a ghost there.
Yeah.
So there's a few different ghost things there. But this one is the one that they all, like, collectively have seen.
Yeah.
But they see her walking through the park in a dress in the middle of the night
Weird.
and then walk into the pond. And they've all seen
Spooky.
it. And so they just call her the Lady of the Lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, so that I always thought was freaky. The other thing was there was this huge tragedy that happened in either the late 70s or the early 80s where they used to have this, like, haunted house attraction up at the front, and a lot of the walls were made of polyurethane,
Okay.
were coated with polyurethane, which if you don't know is extremely flammable. And it was just a series of unfortunate events basically where they had accidentally locked one of the fire exits and like it was like chained shut. A bunch of kids unfortunately passed from a fire that started. Obviously, with me foreshadowing the flammable polyurethane coated walls.
That's how we know you're a good storyteller.
Exactly.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, foreshadowing. But yeah, a bunch of kids unfortunately died, and so one of the other things that people talk about hearing is kids laughing over in the front of the park, because that's where the haunted house used to be, was towards the front of the park.
Gotcha.
So some of the security guards would talk about how they heard laughing in the front of the park.
Don't like that.
Yeah, but super, super creepy stuff working as a night guard. I don't think I could do it. There's actually a movie based off working the night shift. This woman, I think it's at a precinct or something. I can't remember. I think it's a precinct. It's called The Last Shift.
Okay.
This good scary movie if you ever want to watch like a actually scary movie. But it follows the same thing where it's basically like she's working a night shift and a bunch of freaky stuff happens. But then the ending's really weird. I don't want to spoil it. The ending's really weird, but you're like, huh?
Okay.
This whole thing was for this? What?
Yeah.
Huh?
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't worked at any place that has, like, weird vibes.
Yeah.
Especially when we're slammed. I've just stayed overnight before.
Yeah.
It's just me in the office. I worry about, especially at the old building, people who are outside of the building.
Yeah, real
But
people.
never anything that was in the building.
Yeah.
It was totally fine.
Yeah. I don't think I have... I know I've worked at places that are, like, creepy, but I've never had to work an overnight shift somewhere.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
I think if I did, I'd be a big baby about
Yeah.
it. I've worked into the morning. Like, I've worked... When I worked really, really crazy hours. I would sometimes work from like 7 a.m. until like 3 in the morning the next day.
Gotcha.
And I'd have to be there, but I was always with other people. So I was never like by myself and got really spooked or anything because I was always with other people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. I did do a stint when I had my first ever office job. I worked for a gas company, and I would get to the office at like 4 in the morning, and I was always the first person in the office. But it never really was, and I feel like I kind of did this to myself because I would go in and I'd leave all the lights off.
Yeah.
So, but I never really was like super scared because I kept doing it. You know, I would go into the office early in the morning. I would go work on my computer and I'd leave all the lights off because it was kind of nice, you know, like not having the fucking fluorescence over my head and sitting in my cubicle. Yeah. That's why I hate having the lights on in our office. Like, fluorescent lights give me such a headache, and I would rather sit in the dark than sit with a fluorescent light over my head.
Is it ridiculous that one of my deal breakers is being a big light person?
Oh, no. I agree 100%. If I was with somebody that wanted the big light, I couldn't do it. No, because we never have big lights on.
No, like I have so many lamps for a reason. Yeah, there's not that many square feet, and I have a lamp everywhere.
Yeah, the only big lights that we leave on are usually like when we're leaving, and we leave lights on for the animals. And even then, it's only the lights that have the warm light bulbs, like the Edison bulbs that we have in the main room, like. We'll leave that one on. Yeah. Because it doesn't feel like a big light. Like, it's really, really soft lighting. It's not in your face. It's warm.
It's much more flattering,
It's glowy. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm definitely a lamp person only. We'll never, no big lights. If you enjoyed that little story, be sure to watch the full episode here.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and all that jazzy.
Jazzy? I see what you did there. Wait, what was that?